Hi everybody, it's Ethan here with Pursuit, and today I want to talk about why the Model Y is the car you never knew you wanted. If we look into Tesla's current models, they have the Model S, the Model X, and the Model 3. The Model S was their flagship car, starting at just under $100,000, going up over $100,000. It is a 5-seater sedan, a little big, a little clunky, but all in all, amazing car, rocket fast, just so much fun to drive. But that car is kind of out of the most people's budget range. Then you get the Model X. Comes out about the same price. It, however, can seat up to 7. It's got a taller roof. It's got more room for the taller members of your family. It's got more storage space. It's more of a functional vehicle, but it's still way too expensive for the everyday consumer. That is where we get the Model 3. The Model 3 really is a remake of the Model S. They just took the Model S. They took the sedan. They shrunk it down. They took out some of the more expensive features. It doesn't come with a heated steering wheel. Doesn't come with an automatic doors. Doesn't come with the automatic lift gate. Doesn't come with the cool key. All that stuff. It's kind of not very big things, but it also comes with a smaller battery pack, smaller motors. It's just all together a little slower, but an absolutely amazing priced vehicle, and arguably one of the best vehicles you can buy for the value of your money. And that one, as you would expect, is selling in droves. They sold like 80,000 of them in a 3-month span in the last quarter. That is a lot of Model 3s. But now comes the Model Y. And everybody has been underplayed on the importance of the Model Y. When they came out with it, they showed you when Elon Musk had his debut of it. They brought all the vehicles out on stage and they spent an hour talking about the history of Tesla and where they're going next. And they showed every vehicle up till then. And then they brought the Model Y out, they parked it, and 7 adults got out of this Model Y. And then they're like, oh, and this is the Model Y. And that was it. No test drives, no nothing. And it was just kind of like, eh. But people were like, it's just another Model 3. It's a little more expensive. But that is why I think this is an amazing, exciting car. Elon Musk has underplayed it because it plays to a very similar market as the Model 3, and if everybody was pre-ordering the Model Y, nobody would be buying the Model 3. Now, I think when they both come out, people are going to pick and choose. Do you want a sedan, a little more sporty car, or do you want something that looks a little more like a mom car, but is way more practical? I mean, my dad drives a minivan. Whenever he gets a chance. He loves driving minivan because they're the most practical vehicle on the market. Now, the Model Y isn't a minivan. It's still sexy. It still looks really cool. But it looks a little more like a mom car than the Model 3. So I think that'll keep them separate. But the Model Y is just what, $2,000-$3,000 more for the base model to get a mid-range Model 3. And you're looking at a much better product. The Model Y is going to come with the automatic liftgate. It's going to come with automatic folding seats. It's going to be a family car it's going to be the first model that is a true family car, priced somewhat reasonably so that people with families can afford it. It's going to seat 7. So if you have a small family, you can fit them in your car. It's got automatic folding seats, so if you got a bunch of stuff in your hands, you don't have to climb into the back of those little seats and try to fold them down. It's got the storage room so that you can fill it up with your luggage if you're going on a long road trip. It's got under the floor. It's got the frunk. It's got the leg room for if you have a family of adults and you want to seat 5 of them. It says seat 7s for adults, but most likely those back 2 seats aren't going to seat more than kids. But I know with the car my mom drives, whenever we get the grandkids and we're all traveling together, she sticks the 2 grandkids in the very back seat, the 3 adults in the seat in front, and my dad and mom sit in the very front, and bam, 7 people right in there. Of course, we still got to take 2 or 3 other cars for everybody else. But having those extra 2 seats are amazing, and she hardly ever uses them. But when you don't need to use them, you just fold them down, and you have all that storage room. We went skiing the other day, and to have a car like the Model Y with the 4-wheel all-wheel traction, all-wheel drive, with the amazing traction control it has to go up onto the mountains. You get a tow hitch on the Model Y. You can't get a tow hitch on the Model 3, but the Model Y gets a tow hitch, and with how amazing much power and torque you get out of those Tesla vehicles, you're going to be able to pull some pretty heavy duty trailers. Now it all depends on the actual leaf springs and axles and such that they actually put in the Model Y, how much you can actually carry, but it will be able to tow way more than it can actually carry. Like, it'll just be able to pull more than it can actually tow. So I'm hoping that they'll have a package that will let you tow bigger trailers, because I'm always towing. Whether I'm towing a small trailer full of bikes or a big trailer that I've loaded up with shingles from tearing a roof off. Trailers are part of my life, and being able to tow is amazing. Also, if you can buy a little tow hitch extension, you stick in the back, you can hook up 3 or 4 bikes on the back, you can put your snowboards or your skis on it. That is amazing opportunity. And then the Model Y just looks amazing from the inside. You got that full panoramic view, so that even if you get unlucky and you're stuck in the back seat, you're not hitting your head on the top seat on the roof, but B, you don't feel claustrophobic in the back of that car. It's going to feel very open, it's going to feel very natural, and it's going to be an amazing car you're going to want to spend time in the front, in the back, in the rear. It is a completely new class of vehicle than the Tesla Model 3. And I think they will steal some sales from each other. But I think as we get more and more Model Ys on the road, you'll see more and more people want a Tesla. And that extra as they generate more customers, potential customers, you're going to see the Model 3. Maybe some people who could have got it will get the Model Y. But I think some people are going to go to Model 3. And with people aren't going to be willing to wait a year to get their Model Y if they can get the Model 3 now, and they're not going to wait a year for the Model 3 and they get their Model Y now. So I think you're going to see this balance point where the max number of orders is going to be like 4 to 7 weeks to get your Model Y, and it's going to be similar range for the Model 3. And as one gets more and more demand, some people are just going to be like, well, it's a little cheaper and a little better, and just switch over to the Model 3, and vice versa. And we're just going to see this, Tesla's going to find this balance point, and they're going to see amazing sales. And knowing Tesla, they have almost 20% profit margins on every Model 3 they sell. And I think they're going to hit that same mark with the Model Y. And so, when with 75% shared parts, if they do lose demand on the Model 3, they will probably just slow production down and use that slowed production in the line to increase their Model Y production in the factory. So I don't think a lot of people are worried, the Model Y is going to destroy their sales and they're going to stop. They're not going to be able to sell as many cars. I think you see a lot of people on Wall Street like this, switching gears, 180. A lot of people are saying, look, Tesla sells 100,000 cars in a year, and so if they produce a Model Y and it's supposed to outsell every other car on every other Tesla that they're selling, then the 100,000, 80,000 Model 3s is going to get cut down to 30,000 Model 3s, and you're going to see the Model Y produce 60,000 or 80,000. So that, because the people are like, there's 100,000 customers. But the flaw in that thinking is that whatever customers they have now are the ones they keep. They only get 100,000 a year. But if you look into Tesla, every year they are growing 50% more sales than the year prior. And that's an exponential curve. Exponential curves take off fast. I mean, if you've ever played 2048, you start with 2 and then 4 and then 8, a little boring. And then next thing you know, you're at 2048, 2,488. If you keep playing that, it goes in 2 steps, you're at 16,000. At 5 steps, you're into the hundreds of thousands and then the millions. And if Tesla continues this curve, which some people think is hard, but Tesla is set up for it. They are building factories left and right. They have multiple factories working on setting up product lines. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of customers coming in. And I mean, you look at Ford, GM, Mercedes, every other car manufacturer out there, their sales are dropping a lot faster than Tesla's is going up. And I think the main reason is people know there's a car that they can afford coming down the line. They're like, ooh, that Cybertruck, ooh, that Model Y. And they're just going to be like, I'll just wait a year. I'll wait 2 years. That's not that big a deal. Save up a little money and I'll get that brand new Tesla. And you're going to see people, you got people who would have went and got their new Ford, they would have got their new Prius, and they're going to wait. And that's a loss in sales for GM and a loss in sales for Ford. But in the coming years, you're going to see that sale, and it's not going to be a Ford. It's not going to be a Prius. It's going to be that Tesla Model Y, that Cybertruck. And that is really good for Tesla, but that is really, really scary for these other companies who are saying, oh, in 2025, we're going to come out with our all-electric pickup truck. He's like, well, if you don't hurry, my big worry is, are you still going to be a company in 2025? With how fast Tesla is gaining customers and how much, that's only part of the story. The other companies are losing customers at an even faster rate, at 5 times the rate. Like 2025, these other companies got to step up their game. They have to come up with something not only that's all electric, that's fast, that's fun, and cheap. They have to come out with a product that is better than Tesla's. And Teslas get better every single month. You see a new product, just a new update came out this month, getting Spotify, getting weather control. The gap is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that Model Y is just another nail in the coffin. Looking at these old legacy automakers, and my worries, what are they going to do? Okay, well, that one got a little long-winded. I really appreciate you guys all listening all the way through to the end. Go ahead and give me a like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Have a great day.